Andrew Walker, of course, at Lakeside Hyundai. It is Hyundai Monday on the run home out of Caroline Springs. Drop in. I reckon there might be a couple of sausages lying around the place. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Good on you, mate. How about, I guess the boys have been grilling you a little bit there. You probably don't want to be grilled again, but what's the feeling down at the club?
We've asked all the good questions, Marco.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Your best shot, mate.
What's the feeling down at the club just at the moment, Andrew? What's it like?
Yeah, it's obviously been disappointing for us the last couple of weeks. The players got together this morning, and we really want to drive it as players and not leave it up to the coaches. So we obviously understand that it hasn't been good enough and it's not up to scratch, and we're going to be doing our best to turn it around.
Andrew, just want to ask you about the toughness towards the footy. I reckon a couple of times you're shown up by younger players from the Bulldogs, more committed players of the Bulldogs. Is that a fair assessment of some of your players, and have you looked at it on the videos yet?
Yeah, we have, and absolutely that's correct. It's not what we expect, and it's one of the things we did speak about this morning, that just our desperation for the ball has to lift, and obviously just wanting success, we sort of got to drive that a lot harder, and every player should be going out there for the same reason, and that's to play finals football.
Andrew, on the human Richter scale, what did Mick's anger measure after the game?
Oh, about a 9.5.
Was it as bad as you've seen it for the season?
Yeah, and to be expected.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have wanted anything else, and he said some things to us, and we took it on board, and that's why I said just before that we've really taken it as players, and we're gonna drive it this week, because we going forward we have to have a lot more desperation and a lot better impact on a game than what we did on the weekend.
Over the course of the season, you've had some reasonable wins, and you've had some not ugly losses, but unexpected losses. You lost to the Saints as well. When Mick comes out and delivers these sort of verdicts as to how the team and players are going, is it getting a reused message now, or does it sink in each time and you're just incapable of rectifying it?
Yeah, you're right. I think words can be pretty cheap, and it's all down to the actions now. And like you said, you look back on the season and a couple of those close games that we lost. You talk about them, and you sort of say that could come back to hurt us. Well, it has, and you look at the week, and it just wasn't good enough. And as I said before, it all starts now. It started at about 8 o'clock this morning, where we got together as a playing group, and we just said, that words are cheap, and our actions are going to speak a lot louder.
Andrew, what happens if you come out this week and you don't lift? If the performance doesn't improve and you don't get what you're asking, and we're talking about toughness of the footy and competitive, and all the 1%ers we know that you judge each week on. What happens if that doesn't change?
Well, I guess it shows a bit about the character of our players, and we've got to lift as a group, and individually. Some guys have been told that that they do need to lift, and as I said just before, we spoke about it this morning, and it has to be a group thing. It's up to the players. It can't be the coach can't go out there and run around after the ball. It's definitely up to the players. We're
speaking to Andrew Walker from the Blues, live from Lakeside Hyundai, Caroline Springs. Get on down there and have a sausage. Mark Murphy, Andrew, has been in the news. Tagging has been brought up a couple of times. Is he getting enough protection from his teammates?
No, I don't think he is. That's one we spoke about a lot this morning, didn't we? We just spoke that these guys are getting smashed every week, and as a team we need to support those guys. Another thing is he is our captain, so all the boys look up to him and should be going out of their way to give him some protection. And it's not just him; it's Juddy, it's other guys that run through there and cop the tag every week.
Can I ask you about his captaincy? Has it affected his footy this year?
No, I don't think it has. Obviously, he hasn't had the year that he's wanted. He's had a couple of niggling injuries that have sort of slowed him down a little bit. On his captaincy, he's a fantastic captain, and he's learning off the best. He's got Juddy right next to him, and you throw Mick Moldhouse into that, and he's got two guys to learn off, and I think it's a perfect time for him to be captain of the Carlton Footy Club.
Andrew, 3 games to go. Any indication as to we might see a first game player, a debutant in the next 3 weeks?
Well, there's definitely guys putting their hands up, and I think that's healthy for the football club to have guys like Nicky Graham, who's he's a young guy that's come on really well. He's pushing every week for selection, and he's one of those smaller midfield type players, and he's extremely hard at it and just works all day. Another one is probably not a first game player or a debutant, but it's someone like Davey Allard. He's had some horrific injuries this year. He's had 2 serious calf injuries, and just his determination and will to get back out onto the football field has been second to none. And he's one guy that I really admire for how hard he works, and just him trying to get himself back out onto the football field should be an indication of his character and what other blokes should look at in terms of character and their willingness to play for each other.
Andrew, I saw the third quarter on the weekend. I thought Josh Bootsma, or Muscles, I thought his third quarter was unbelievable. I thought he really stood up. He showed something that I think a lot of Carlton fans couldn't see, and Mick Malthouse has shown a lot of composure in him and shown a lot of faith in him. Did you agree that it was probably his best quarter and a really big step forward for him?
Yeah, it certainly was. I spoke to him after the game, and as a fellow defender. It was extremely encouraging, and I just said to him that that's if he's going to watch any of his footage, just wait to concentrate on what he did that quarter, because it was it's sort of hard to explain, but it's like he was playing he was reading the ball like a forward. And playing a defensive role, so he was first to the ball, and he was just defending like his life depended on it, and that's what's expected of him.
What does he bench press, Walks? I don't want to embarrass a young fella, but he's obviously got a bit of weight training. This is where we start. You start at the bottom, and you come into a footy club.
Well, what was your first bench press?
It was about 50 kgs.
He looks like he can do about 10 or 12 push-ups.
What do you reckon? What is his bench press at the moment, Walks?
Oh, it's about the same as Eddie Betts. It's about 10 kilos.
Hey, just one on Eddie while you got him there. How's his contracts going? Is he going to get the money that he's commanding? I know he's commanding a high dollar.
Eddie would.
He's not going to tell me how much he's getting, and he's already indicated that he's going to be staying as a Blue. So I think he wants to say something. You'll say something, Eddie.
Come on, Eddie, give us something.
He's not happy, Ox, that people have been underestimating the salary that he's going to get.
Hey, Andrew, thanks, mate. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. We'll let you get back to the hard line of questioning that I'm sure Cracker's Kenning and the captain there are just firing at you.
Scotty's just knocked over 4 sausages out here, Scotty Lucas.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Thanks, Hutto.
Thanks,
Walks. Thanks,
No
guys.
Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Hutto.